What's popping, my guys? This is K.JAYtrends and news just getting in. And before we get to the news, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We say we are on our road to 1,000 subscribers, and I know we will get there. All about K.JAYtrends is the news just trending all over the world. Now, news just getting in. Instagram and Facebook could change forever if Meta loses child privacy trial. Now, Meta has been hit with successive losses in court over how its platforms have targeted and harmed young users. But July, trial set to begin on Tuesday, may pose the biggest threat yet to its operations. The trial stems from a lawsuit filed in 2023 by 30 US states, including California and New York, in which they claim numerous violations of federal and state privacy laws for children. Now, not only are the states seeking upwards of $1 trillion from Meta, they are demanding it make changes to Instagram and Facebook, including ending like counts and infinite scrolls. Now, should Meta ultimately lose a case of this scale, it could force fundamental changes to the way young people experience social media. The states suing Meta are asking for many more changes to the way Instagram and Facebook operate for young people too. What they want Meta to implement a process of parental verification for teenage users, change its domain manipulating recommendations or algorithms, remove many image filters and change that change someone's appearance in photos, and autoplay of video content, prohibit the creation of multiple accounts, and end disappearing or ephemeral posts such as Instagram stories. All these features are central to the current user experience on Meta platforms. Now, these features are also designed to keep users, including teenagers and children, on the platforms as often and for as long as possible, the states contended. They claim Meta even makes it difficult for young people to use the platform less through things like frequent notifications designed to get young people back to the apps. But allegedly targeting children users, Meta chose to exploit young people in order to hook them on its platform so it could grow its users base and expand its business. Today, Meta value on the stock market is about $1.5 trillion. Now, Meta has consistently denied such claims by saying, "We mostly disagree with these allegations and confident the evidence will show our long-standing commitment to supporting young people," a company spokeswoman said in a statement. Now, the statements are putting their claims to Judge Vion Rogers, a chief federal judge in California. She was the judge in the high-profile of Elon Musk v. Sam Altman trial and has built a reputation from the bench over the course of nearly 12 years of being inclusive and direct. Now, social media has turned public nuisance. In a recent ruling against Meta, a judge in New Mexico fined the company a collective $942 million and ordered it to make changes similar to those that the additional states are now demanding. Judge Brian ordered changes include the elimination of on Instagram and Facebook or like counts for users younger than 18, a ban on teenagers sending or receiving nudity through the platforms, and limiting push notifications from the app to certain hours of the day. The judge also declared Meta a public nuisance, akin to a factory that was polluting the air people breathing, causing harmful effects such that implicated an entire population. Meta said it would appeal against the ruling, while judge ordered only demands Meta make changes in the New Mexico. Should the 30 states prevail in their separate lawsuit against Meta, it would almost certainly need to enact platform changes across the US. The states involved in the lawsuit represent nearly 2/3 of the country population. If Meta didn't enact such changes, it would mark a significant irritation to the experience of its platforms. Like counts, for instance, have been part of the Meta since its early years, when it was still called Facebook and that was its only platform. Today, likewise are omnipresent on social media platforms. It is the main way in which people engage with text, photos, and videos they see online. Yet, likes are increasingly viewed as a way to foster negative feelings, particularly among young people. Carrie, a young woman who privileged in a lawsuit against Meta earlier this year, described during the court testimony how she claimed dozens of accounts on YouTube and Instagram. She would use the system of accounts to create likes on her own posts, hoping to drive engagement with other users and her own feelings of validation on her self-worth. Carrie was only 9 years old at the time. She said she remembered feeling depressed, something she was later diagnosed with at the age of 10. Research over the last several years has shown that engagement metrics such as like counts can drive feelings of rejection, depression in teenagers. In the States, lawsuits against Meta in which the company said it has handed over more than 2 million documents, lawyers pointed to Meta's own research that showed like counts drove to social comparison, or the mental act of marking one's self-worth against images of someone else. That social comparison driven by Instagram was linked to increased loneliness, worse body image, and negative mood or effect, according to Meta internal research. As Judge Barshed put it in his order, which was the first time on social media company was being deemed as a public nuisance. The way Meta platforms have operated over the decade has been part of the growing youth mental health crisis in the New Mexico and elsewhere. Now, attorneys from Baltimore State will be pushing Judge Gozaleng Rogers to research on the same conclusion. Now, let's wait for Tuesday and we see what the court will decide on this case. And for more and more news on KJ Trends, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. And peace.